Welcome back to the Purple Palace. Minnesota has struggled on the road. They have lost 3 in a row on this 4-game road swing. It's time now from McDonald's. I'm loving it. Starting lineups. Dwayne Casey in his first year as coach of Minnesota. 11 years an assistant with Seattle. The last 4 seasons, the associate head coach of Nate McMillan. A lot of changes. Anthony Carter coming in for Marco Jaric. Ricky Davis, Mark Manson gets his second start of the year. Of course, the big ticket and their defensive stopper, Trenton Hassel. Mike D'Antoni, a strong candidate to win Coach of the Year awards for the 2nd year in a row. His team a surprise team, exceeding expectations. A victory tonight would match their longest winning streak of the year. Diaw, Marion, Thomas Bell, and Nash. As we mentioned earlier, Nash having some stomach flu problems, but he said just a moment ago he's feeling pretty good. It's the Kia keys to the game. Kia Motors, the power to surprise, and with the keys, here's Thunder Dan.
Gary, thanks for asking. Good to be back. First, post defense on Garnett, the big ticket, the one constant of this team. We've got to make sure they push him off the block, make him a little uncomfortable, run some double teams at him. Then the Suns have to run every possession. They want to get out and score on this Minnesota team in transition. And then with the new acquisition of Ricky Davis and Marcus Banks and Anthony Carter starting tonight, Minnesota will look to run the basketball, so the Suns have to get back and not allow any easy baskets for Minnesota.
And one of the things that has to concern you about the Suns against losing teams this year, and Minnesota comes in at 21-25. They're only 15-8. Sometimes they have the tendency to play down to the quality of their opponent. Bernie Fryer, Mark Ayotte, and Derek Richardson, the 3 officials. That's what we were talking about earlier. This Minnesota team is struggling on the road. 7-17, as you saw the graphic a moment ago. But with a big ticket coming to town, there's always a lot of excitement.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys in the league who can carry a team. This guy can score 40 and get 20 rebounds in a heartbeat.
This game is available in high definition. Call your local cable or satellite provider for HD information.
And boy, do you look good.
Oh my, here we go. Garnett will go against Kurt Thomas. Now, Derek Richardson says, Mark Manson, move up a little bit. Shoot. Not around the circle, and here we go. Steve Nash coming off of a solid game the other night. That's almost a redundant phrase. 21 points in that last game, playing only 30 minutes. Shawn Marion starts it out with a shot. Garnett comes down to the rebound. Garnett, at the start of the night, 5th in rebounding after leading the league in that department last season. Here's Anthony Carter, a veteran, in his starting role tonight. Ricky Davis coming over in that trade from Boston, and he can shoot it.
And Minnesota ran the exact same play that Phoenix did at the end there for Shawn Marion. The difference was Ricky Davis came off the screen and nailed the 15-footer.
Ricky Davis, his first game with Minnesota, scored 26 points. He's had as many as 46 in a game. Nash down the middle, as only Steve Nash can do.
And that's what Steve Nash has to do against Anthony Carter. Carter, a very physical point guard, wanted to get up in Steve's face. That time Steve just put it on the floor and blew right by him.
Anthony Carter, a guy who broke into the league as a free agent and has found some playing time. He was a free agent with Miami back in '94. Into Kevin Garnett, the double team. He throws it away. Boris Diaw on the move. Out to Nash. Nash ahead to Marion. Into the corner. Roger Bell has been red hot. A 3. Count it. And Bell proud to own the 3-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities. Davis comes back and tries to hit the 2.
So that's what the Suns do, Gary, so well. Off the turnover, they ran the floor, spaced it. Shawn Marion with the extra pass. Roger Bell stays hot from behind the arc.
Roger Bell shooting 43% from three-point land, a career high at the starting line, and there's Garnett with a big block. The big ticket, who's 7 foot, those long arms, and I mean, he rejected that one.
He came out of nowhere there, but I enjoyed Boris Diaw there defensively, and then gets it to Nash. They're going to run the floor, find Shawn. Shawn, the touch pass to Raja, and nails the 3.
Trenton Hassel, who's their defensive stopper, brings it out to Carter, who played collegiately in Hawaii. He's going to be fouled by Steve Nash. As Nash running into him, Carter with a fall-away shot. And so Carter will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, you don't want to foul Anthony Carter shooting a jump shot. Not a very good shooter. His game is taking the ball to the basket. That time Steve knew he got out of position, but you just got to let him take that shot.
And they don't get to the free throw line, Dan. They're 29th in the league. They're averaging just over 22 free throw attempts a game. Carter gets the first of the night. Dwayne Casey, who played at Kentucky, he played on that 1978 National Championship team for Joe B. Hall and won that game in St. Louis. As now Carter makes it 5-4 Phoenix. Nash with Carter, you mentioned he's in there to be physical with Steve Nash.
Well, I played with him in Miami, and that's what he does. He likes to push the ball. He likes to be very physical on the defensive end, and Steve's going to have to be aggressive and put the ball on the floor.
Nash now tracks it down. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Boris Diaw had 31 points against these guys in the first meeting. Nash moves in with 4 on the shot clock. That was not an easy shot.
No, it wasn't. A great pass by Diaw, and Steve composed himself, put it on the floor, and shot that little 1-foot runner that he's so good at.
7-4 as Nash comes in here averaging 19 points a game. That's a career high. His shooting is way up. Hassel from outside. Kurt Thomas has it batted away off of Garnett. The Suns will have it.
And that's what Kurt has to do. Not a very good jumper against Kevin Garnett. He's got to make sure he gets his body on him and box him out.
So Carter's really making Nash work, bringing the ball up the court. You can see the Suns 3 of 5 here in the early going. Diaw hands off to Nash. Nash goes in, and he just got by Hassel. He couldn't get back in time.
And Steve's so good with that one-handed layup. He extends the arm, keeps it out of reach of Hassel, and lays it in.
And I tell you, I said this earlier in the pregame show, Nash having a better year even than last year when he won that MVP award. Davis brings it out to Hassel in the corner. Carter from the corner, and he's able to hit the 2.
That's all right. Like I said, Carter's not known for a shot, and that time Steve got help. Helping on Hassel's drive, left Anthony open for the jump shot.
Nash trying to get it to Bell, broken up by Davis. Ahead it comes to Carter. Ricky Davis to the hole. I tell you, Ricky Davis is kind of a crazy type guy, but he can play this game.
Oh, he's real crazy, but there's none other more athletic than Ricky Davis, especially open the floor. Very good in the open court, taking to the ball basket, and then he saw how high he can jump getting to the rim.
Madsen commits the foul. Mark Madsen hasn't been playing a lot lately, but starting tonight.
Here you can see Anthony Carter with a nice bounce pass. Ricky, all he's got to do is elevate. And this is a guy, I don't know if he has it on the sweatband now, but when he was with the Celtics, he had on the sweatband, all he said was get buckets, which means all he wants to do is score points.
Now, wasn't there the game, as I recall, where he kind of inbounded the ball trying to get another assist in the game?
Threw it off the glass or something.
Tried to get a triple-double?
Triple-double.
Or was it a rebound? I guess it was a rebound. That's what it was. Off his own basket. That's what it was. They wouldn't count it, though.
I got one word. Brilliant!
11-8 as Nash hits the free throw. Davis brings it out now to Carter. There's Marion, who's 7th in the league of steals. Got a piece of it. It'll be off of Minnesota. The Suns will reload. 11-8. Phoenix coming in here. They have won 16 of their last 19 at home. 17-7 for the year. Diaw hands off to Marion. Carter, they switch now. Hassel comes out on Diaw. Mismatch. Marion inside. And Marion tried to take advantage of it. He's going to be fouled.
Well, Diaw had the right idea. Sean Marion had Anthony Carter on him, just threw it up. But the big ticket, Kevin Garnett, came from the weak side, got a hand on the ball. Sean gathered up, realized he was fouled, just threw it at the basket, now goes to the free throw line.
We talked about this, Dan, about Marion expected to be named to the All-Star team on Thursday, his 3rd All-Star appearance. I mean, you talk about a slam dunk.
Well, he should be in it, there's no doubt. I mean, besides Steve Nash, this is the guy that makes this team go.
He has just had a remarkable season. You look at him, 19th in scoring, 3rd in rebounding, one of 4 players to average 20-10. 20 points and 10 rebounds. 13-8 as the Suns now hit all 4 of their free throws. Carter looking inside. Here's Davis, who played 1 year at the University of Iowa. Brings it off now to Garnett. Garnett from outside, and he is something. He is a remarkable player.
And there's nothing you can do about that. Kurt Thomas did a good job of pushing Garnett off the block, and Kevin's going to make those shots. There's nothing you can do. He's just that good of an offensive player.
His first shot of the night. Here's Madsen, a switch now. Nash being guarded by Madsen. They have a mismatch inside, and they got it. They recognize it, and Thomas is fouled.
You're right, and they do recognize that, but Kurt's got to realize that every time they throw that lob, Kevin Garnett's going to come right away from the weak side, so that guy that Kevin Garnett's guarding is going to have to get open for the pass. You're going to see here, just going, and Kevin Garnett's going to come for the weak side, and the Suns have to realize that, and that time got fouled, but there's going to be a man open on the weak side.
Nash off to Marion, 10 on the shot clock as we come back in. Thomas backing inside, out to Marion, 3 on the shot clock. That's wide right, and the rebound is cleared by Thomas, and they'll have a second chance. They had 20 second chance points Saturday night, Dan. That was remarkable for this team.
And they could get a lot of second chance points here, as Minnesota's 28th in the league in rebounding. Not a very good rebounding team.
And Marion with a 3, and they'll get another shot at it. Diaw hung up in the air, gets it out somehow to Steve Nash. 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Roger Bell dumping it inside to the matrix. Backing in on Carter. Diaw is going to put it on the floor. Garnett could not get there in time.
Good job by Diaw as he caught the ball and attacked Kevin Garnett, who was trying to get back to Diaw off a double team. He just attacked the glass.
And Dan, you've said many times that's what Diaw needs to do, is be more aggressive when he takes it to the hole.
And he's gotten better of making the decision whether to pass or to shoot. And that time he did the right thing and laid it off the glass.
Davis misses, Marion to the rebound. Nash back the other way. Nash dumps it inside, intended for Marion, broken up by Carter. Anthony Carter back the other way. Garnett, and he's going to be fouled. It'll be on Diaw. So Minnesota, a little fast break action themselves. A team coming in here 26th in scoring, under 91 points a game.
Well, Anthony Carter's got Ricky Davis on his right and Kevin Garnett on his left. And you really can't go wrong there as Kevin Garnett goes in. And here Sean is backing Anthony Carter down, and Garnett comes just enough where Diaw can catch it and attack him, and he can't recover.
Garnett is a good free throw shooter, 79%. There's nothing this guy is not good in. For the 6th straight year, he averaged 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Now, last year, he led the league in doubles with 69. He's trailing Marion at the start of the night. Sean has 36, and the big ticket 32.
Well, we talk about Sean. He does it every night. He has bad games where he has 20 and 10.
Out it comes now to Kurt Thomas, the trailer. 6:13 to go in the first quarter. 15-12 the Suns. Nash feeds Marion. Tried to go up with a one arm. Can't do it. We've seen that so many times you expect it to happen. Davis couldn't pick up the ball. He'd had a double dribble. As an end result, the Suns get it back and then lose it. Davis was in no man's land. He dribbled the ball, couldn't regain possession, and no one was helping him out.
Yeah, he was calling for his teammates to come pick it up. He tried to block out, but Sean went over there and stole it, gave it to Diaw. He gets knocked out of bounds. Suns basketball.
And so the Suns with a 15-12 lead, shooting 50%. However, Minnesota shooting well at 57%. Suns with the early lead, and one guy in particular has really helped with that. Let's take a look now at who's getting the job done. Brought to you by Jobbing.com. Local jobs, fresh jobs, real jobs. Find them on Jobbing.com. And the guy we were talking about is getting it done is Steve Nash.
Get her done, you hoser, Steve Nash. Starts off strong. First drive into the basket and little right-handed hook. And then Diaw back a three-pointer. Nope. Puts it on the floor and a little runner with the 1 foot for another bucket. Takes it all the way to glass again with the little right-hander off the glass. And tell you what, when he's scoring and getting assists, unstoppable.
3 of 3 from the field, and he was not feeling well at the start of the night, but it hasn't affected his play right now, has it? We come back in, Suns up 15-12. Halfway through this first quarter of play. Anthony Carter, who was a last-second starter in place of Marko Jaric. Here is Garnett looking inside, brings it back to Carter. 12 on the shot clock. Suns doing a good job defensively. Mark Madsen down low. Madsen not much of a scorer, more of a rebounder, defender, misses, and the Suns will come back the other way. Mark Madsen played with the Lakers, and he was around when they were able to win 2 NBA championship rings.
And when he left, they haven't won again.
That's the difference, I'm sure. Don't you think?
Oh, no doubt.
Here is Nash now, and Nash hits it. And Steve Nash has not missed a shot. 4 of 4, and the Suns up 17-12. Nash with 10 of those points. 10 of the 17. Here comes Carter outside now. Garnett setting a screen on Nash, and a bad-looking shot. And the rebound is cleared, and Thomas lost it, but Nash gets it back. That was Garnett lurking that time, trying to come up with a steal in the backcourt.
Somebody could lose an eye with a jump shot.
Here is Nash now.
He looks awful out there, a little pale.
He does, doesn't he? Looks a little anemic to me, I think. 19-12 as now the Suns with their biggest lead of the game, up by 7.
Inebriated? What'd you say?
See, that's how rumors get started, Dan. You start misquoting me, misconstruing what I said. Here's James Jones, brings it out to Nash. Nash now uses the screen by Thomas to Marion, and Marion pops and hits. And the Suns now are shooting 61.5%.
And that's where those two guys are so good together. Nash got in the paint. He just jumped in there. He waited for Sean Marion to move and make himself available, and Nash delivered right on the money.
There's Ricky Davis now, brings it outside to Carter. Kevin Garnett. Garnett has taken only 1 shot. Nice feed, though, inside Anthony Carter. This guy is a real good passer. Garnett last year averaging over 5 assists a game. 21-14. Nash goes inside into the corner. Roger Bell, the 3 again. Not this time. Garnett comes down with it. Garnett to Carter. They try to run the other way. Davis in the open court, and he's going to be fouled by Thomas.
And that's where this Minnesota team can be tough with these additions. That time Carter with a bullet pass to Ricky Davis, who got out and ran and got fouled and got the free throw line. But that time Minnesota was in the zone. Nash did a good job of penetrating, getting a wide open shot for Raja.
Couple of changes now. Leandro Barbosa coming in for Bell, and Mark Blunt, who came over in that trade with the Boston Celtics. A 7-footer comes in at center. And also Marcus Banks, who came over from Boston, the former UNLV player. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Davis, this year, shooting 79% from the line, and he got them both. 21-16. Ricky Davis is the guy who kind of bounced around, but everywhere he goes, he creates some excitement. And Kevin McHale hoping that he can replace the likes of a Wally Szczerbiak. Now playing for the green and white of Boston. We have a 3-second lane violation, defensive, technical, against Minnesota.
Well, he came down again. Minnesota was in that zone, and you still, even if you're in the zone, you still got to go and touch an offensive player. That time they got caught just camping in the paint. Get the 3-second defensive violation.
Welcome to the Valley of the Sun in the U.S. Airways Center with Dan Marley. I'm Gary Bender, and a special welcome to our NBA TV audience who is looking in here tonight as the Suns looking for their 5th straight win, looking for the 32nd victory of the year. Barbosa brings it out now to Nash. Look at Nash. He's just amazing. Passing, sets it up. A 3 for Barbosa. And Barbosa proud to own the 3-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities. Suns 2 of 4 behind the line. Garnett with only a 2nd shot of the night. Marion brings it down.
Yeah, Kurt's done a good job of pushing the big ticket off the block. Made him take a tough turnaround there and get out and run. That time we see a rare turnover by Steve Nash.
Yeah, Nash thought somebody was open, but Minnesota anticipated, but then they lose it at the other end. As Marcus Banks could not hang on. Watch this pass. Steve Nash setting up Barbosa outside.
Attacking the zone, and then over the shoulder to Barbosa, steps back and nails the 3, and those two guys are clicking. The Suns are unstoppable. Suns 25, Timberwolves 16.
Suns are their biggest lead of the night, up by 9. It's time for a Geico quote of the game. Geico Auto Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Quote is from Dwayne Casey, the head coach of the Wolves, talking about maybe changing the starting lineup, something he's been thinking about doing. People have to produce to maintain those starting spots, and he did make a change at the start of the night.
Enough thinking. Put it into motion as he changed a couple positions, and the Suns shooting a paltry 60% here early in the game, Gary.
You got it. And now into the game for the first time, Mark Blunt. We mentioned him earlier. Eddie House has now come into the ball game for the first time, and he creates some excitement. Diaw, as Blunt gets a big screen set on him by James Jones, who's been much more physical as of late. Jones with a nice ball fake, pops open, and the rebound is cleared by Garnett. Garnett brings it off now very quickly to Marcus Banks. Banks coming over in the trade with Boston. Began with the Memphis Grizzlies, and we're going to have a foul on Barbosa away from the ball.
Yeah, Leandro got caught in the post against Blount, was just trying to be a little too physical, trying to move him out of the block, got caught.
So Minnesota trying to break a 3-game losing streak. A team that is in the 4th game of this road swing. As Davis tries from outside, Marion just batted it away from the 7-footer. Came up with it, lead pass Diaw. Diaw brings it out. Eddie House 3. No, and you could just hear the buzz in this crowd as he launched that one.
Diaw ran the floor and did the right thing there as the ticket was going to block that. Found House, who usually knocks that shot down.
There's Blunt. He's had a couple of good games since coming over to Minnesota. He had a double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds in one game. Barbosa from outside, and this is a 2 after hitting the 3 earlier.
That's one of these guys who's very dangerous if he's hitting that outside shot because he's so quick taking the ball to the basket. Now they're going to have to come out and respect that jump shot.
Yeah, he struggled Saturday night at his lowest scoring output, 4 points, 1 of 6 from the field, but not tonight. Barbosa's hit his first 2 shots. Here comes Blunt, who played at the University of Pittsburgh, and he loses it. And I don't think Blunt needs to be dribbling the ball from that spot, and that'll be the 5th turnover against Minnesota.
I'd say he only wants to put it down about 1 time.
Here's Barbosa, the fastest man in the league from end to end. Off it comes to Diaw. You see the turnovers, 5-4, 5 against Minnesota. Barbosa picked up now by Banks. Banks, a big, strong guy. Out it comes now to Diaw. No look pass intended for Marion. A little too much on that one. Hassel back the other way. Trenton inside reverses and scores.
Hassel, one of those guys known for his defense, but not a bad offensive player. Shoots about 48%. That time, good move up and underneath the basket. Used the rim for protection. Nice shot.
How many times have we seen Marion release quickly and get down the floor, and you either got to foul him or let him have it, and Blunt, in this case, elected to foul him?
316 times.
Is that exactly right? I thought it was 323, but I'm not going to argue with you. The spirit of service stat of the game brought to you by Quest, where service makes all the difference. Look at this free throw shooting wise and rebound wise. Look at what Marion and Garnett have done. Marion is third. Garnett is fifth in the league.
Yeah, and Sean's doing that at about 6'7".
That's right.
6'8". He's not as tall as those other guys.
Dwight Howard, of course, the second-year man for the or I should say the Orlando Magic, as Marion now makes it 28-20. Less than a minute to go here in this first quarter. Here's now Rashad McCants, their #1 pick out of North Carolina in the ball game. Marion got a hand on it. Garnett slams it home. 28-22. The biggest lead has been 9. They've now cut it to 6. Barbosa in the corner to House. House's three will not go. Blunt comes down to the rebound. Marcus Banks back the other way. Marcus Banks was quite a performer in the Mountain West Conference. He was a Mountain West Conference Player of the Year when he played for the Rebels. He'll try one from outside and hit it. His first game for Minnesota, he had a 20-point performance.
Oh, I like him. He's not very tall, but he's got a great body, very physical and quick with the basketball. Gets to the end very quickly.
Suns going for the last shot of the first quarter, so that 9-point lead now has been whittled down to 4. Barbosa going to make a move now with 7 seconds left. Goes inside of Banks. Banks got a hand on it. Suns will get it back 3.3 seconds. And so make it 2 on the shot clock, 3.3 on the game, as House will now inbound. House brings it in. Marion trying to go up with it and got it off in time, almost pulled it off, and we've come to the end of the first quarter.
Well, that's an out-of-bounds play. They perfected. They run that with the shot clock running down. They just screen Sean Marion's man, and he just uses his athletic ability to go up and get it.
So the Suns shot the ball well, had a 9-point lead. A little push at the end by Minnesota. They've climbed within 4. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Suns of the lead. Steve Nash with 13 points in that first quarter. Sign up on Southwest.com to receive a weekly click and save email listing great travel specials, including our lowest available fares online. As quarter number 2 ready to go. Banks remains in at the guard spot along with Blunt. McCants, the rookie out of North Carolina, Garnett and Hassel, House, Diaw, James Jones, Barbosa, and Sean Marion for Mike D'Antoni. 28-24, the Suns led by as many as 9. Kevin Garnett, turnaround, and Garnett starting to heat up a little bit now, 3 of 4.
Yeah, that was tough there. Came across the lane, got great position on Sean Marion. There's nothing Sean can do down there, giving up too much size. The Suns are going to have to double team right away, or Kevin Garnett's going to eat him alive.
The Wolves have climbed within 2. House picked up outside by Hassel. House going in, and he challenged the big guy inside. Rebound, Diaw puts it back, can't finish, and Blunt comes down to the rebound.
Good rebound by Boris, but I'd like to see him just put that right back up. Instead, he took a few dribbles and looked to pass the ball, actually, and just missed the puppy.
8-1 run right now by Minnesota to climb within 2. They almost throw it away, 12 on the shot clock. Marcus Banks going to pop from outside and got it.
Wow, he looks good with that jump shot. I mean, he's so strong and quick getting to the basket. If he's able to hit that jump shot consistently, he's going to be awfully hard to stop.
We're tied at 28, so Minnesota now really starting to put it together after falling behind early in this game. Diaw, up and under move, beautifully done, count it, and the foul will go on Mark Blunt.
Beautiful move by Diaw. Pax Blount, the bigger player, that time got him up in the air and drew the foul. And he's able to make it. See, going to his right, crosses over, and he's going to use that pivot foot, gets Blount in the air, and finishes it.
Tell you, this guy has been a major surprise. A strong candidate for the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Completes a three-point play. Suns up by 3. 31-28. Minnesota has just had a lot of trouble on the road. Coming in here 7-17. They're pretty good at home, 14-8. Intended for Garnett. Garnett somehow corrals the ball and is able to get a shot away and get the bounce.
It was a pretty good pass by Brown. Garnett did a good job of getting his hand on it, collected it, and then got the good bounce.
Garnett now in double figures with 10. And Diaw goes in, and Blunt got a piece of him. Mark Blunt right now not able to guard him, and Mark D'Antoni wanted a continuation on this play. He thought the basket should have counted instead of the blocking foul on Blunt.
Yeah, Diaw was just attacking Blunt, the bigger guy. No, he can't stick with him, and it should have been. He didn't put the ball on the floor once the contact was made. That should have been an and one.
And now Madsen coming in, replacing Blunt. Blunt picking up his third foul already. 3 fouls in 6 minutes. Out to Eddie House. You can see McCants expecting his range. Comes out on him. House just blows by him. And look at that follow by James Jones.
Can you woo, 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 Gary? Unbelievable. James Jones, a guy who's an outside shooter, that time attacks the basket. Beautiful tip-in.
What you're seeing of them, Dan, is confidence has brought in more aggressiveness for him. He's doing some things he wasn't doing earlier in the year. We know he can shoot it, but he does things like that. That'll really give him a great dimension.
He should. I mean, he's got such great size. 6'8", long arms, pretty good jumper. He can't relegate himself to a jump shooter. He's got to be a guy that attacks the offensive boards.
Hassel walks to the ball for the first time now. Justin Reed comes in.
You're going to just see him on the weak side, runs underneath, he puts a body on him, and he just uses that length and tips it in. Great job by James Jones.
That's his most surprising play of the year, James Jones. So we mentioned a change now for this Minnesota team. Justin Reed, another one of those guys that came over in the Celtic trade. House lost it on the way up. Garnett comes up with it. Suns now have turned it over 5 times. McCants, who played on that NCAA championship team last year with North Carolina. And it comes now to Garnett. Almost a triple team on him. Banks is going to pull up again, and Banks has nailed 2 in a row.
Yeah, they got the ball to Kevin Garnett's hand, but I guess the guy you don't want to leave is Banks because he has proven he can hit that jump shot here tonight.
They have made 8 of their last 9 on this push. Barbosa rejected that time. Out it comes to Banks. Banks leaves it for McCants. McCants, the 14th pick in the first round. As a charge, wipe the basket away. Dwayne Casey is going crazy.
Well, let me tell you, how about Banks' athletic play on the defensive end? Gets up and blocks that shot, and then McCants takes it to the basket. House steps up and takes the charge. And the Suns, I think, lead the league in taking charge. House gets down there for the weak side. Bad calls. He's inside that restricted area. The refs missed that one.
So Casey had a reason to be upset, and now Diaw and Madsen getting very physical with each other. The Mad Dog, as they call him, Mark Madsen. And Diaw brings it up now to Sean Marion. Getting a little physical out here right now. 33-32. Marion a leaner. And the rebound is going to be cleared instead by Justin Reed, the guy who played collegiately at Ole Miss. And away from the ball, they're going to call another foul. It's going to be on James Jones as Ricky Davis will come in. We're going to take a break. The Suns up by 1, 33-32. This Minnesota team playing very well as we go back to this block inside.
Yeah, Banks did it offensively there. Shows his athletic ability. Timberwolves right in the game.
Suns trying to win their 5th straight over Minnesota. They've got a battle. This date in the NBA presented by Paddock Pools, Patios, and Spas. Since 1958, where all your backyard needs. February 6, 1988. Larry Bird defeated Dale Ellis by 2 points. Gonna watch this video. Left the floor with his finger extended in the #1 sign as his last shot swished through the net to win the 3-point shooting contest at Chicago Stadium.
That Larry Bird thought he was so good.
And he wasn't bad, was he? And here's Davis trying to get Minnesota the lead. It rims out. Nash has come back into the ball game along with Raja Bell as they have all but one of their starters in the ball game right now.
Minnesota's gotten hot, shooting almost 62% against the Suns. They've gotten a lot of transition buckets and getting to the basket, and the Suns shoot a little bit too many jump shots here, and they haven't been able to find the range.
Jones missing there. Jones now 1 of 3. Banks has really ignited this team. He's played very well. He had that block. He scored 6 points. Davis brings it into Justin Reed. Reed was a first-team All-SEC pick for Ole Miss. The reverse does not go. Out it comes to Nash. Steve Nash had 13 points in the first quarter, hitting all 5 of his shots. Reed comes out on him. Suns up by 1. 12 on the shot clock. 2-man game with Diaw. Diaw swings it out. And then they're going to call the foul as Diaw trying to get rid of the ball. No, they're going to call it on Kurt Thomas. Thomas with the foul. Bernie Fryer makes the call.
Well, Kurt's telling Bernie that Mad Dog there did a little bit of a flop, and probably did, but the Suns better job of moving the ball there. But Minnesota taking advantage of the Suns' turnovers. Have 8 fast break points and only 3 for Phoenix.
This doesn't look like a team that's been struggling right now, does it? Minnesota.
They're here enjoying the nice weather. They've been here for a couple days. Playing by the pool.
That's right. Maybe playing a little golf. Here's Davis inside to Reed. Reed double pumps, counted, and a foul on Boris Diaw. So Justin Reed, a former second-round pick of the Celtics, and that is the first lead since 2-0 by Minnesota.
Yeah, and this team out here looks very athletic. A good strong move by Reed. You got Banks out there running, and McCants and Ricky Davis, all guys who get out and fly.
Barbosa's going to come into the ball game now. Diaw's going to lead. Diaw's picked up his second foul. What I see in this Minnesota team is that they got down early by 9, got to reestablish themselves, making some astute type substitutions with Banks coming into the ball game. He's really helped this team. As at the line now is Justin Reed. He was kind of a throw-in on that trade with Boston, but now getting some playing time. He had 10 points in the last game. 35-33, Minnesota. Nash now gets a screen from Kurt Thomas. The Barbosa, the 3. And you're probably right, Dan. They're shooting too many jump shots.
Well, they came out here early and started shooting well from outside, and now that's all they're doing is taking jump shots, and they've missed a few, and now find themselves trailing.
They are 2 of 7 behind the line now after going 2 of 4 early. Here's Banks surveying the scene to McCants. McCants a good long-distance shooter. He just nailed the 3, the biggest lead of the game for the T-Wolves.
And on the other end, T-Wolves getting a lot of fast break points. All of a sudden, that basket looks a little bigger, and the jump shots are starting to fall for him.
That was the first 3-point attempt of the night by Minnesota. McCants hit it. Nash will try a 3. And the rebound is going to be cleared by Ricky Davis. He loves to run. Out it comes to McCants. McCants leaving early. Roy Williams' team at Chapel Hill, and he comes back and hits another one. 5 straight points.
They're all feeling good now, Gary.
And it's a 7-point lead now for the guys from the frozen north. Suns have missed 12 of their last 15. A 10-0 run now by the Timberwolves. And then James Jones is going to be fouled.
And that's something he's gotten really good at. He's drawing the foul while shooting, and I like that attitude. They've missed a lot of shots. And here's seeing McCants coming off the dribble. He's going to just pull up. He's got a little confidence and nails it. But James Jones on the other side, we're not making any jump shots. Let me get fouled and get to the free throw line.
Suns now outscored, should say Minnesota's outscored the Suns 16-5 in this quarter now, 16-6. You're talking about James Jones, Dan. He leads the league getting fouled on 3-point shots. He had 13 times coming into this game. He's been fouled shooting a 3. Obviously, this is a 2. As the Suns now have climbed back within 5.
He has that jump shot where he kicks the leg out a little bit like Reggie Miller. So when somebody tries to run past him to get a hand up, they end up hitting his leg and he gets a lot of calls.
Banks looks over to Dwayne Casey. Casey's been mentioned 11 years with Seattle. He's an assistant at Kentucky with Eddie Sutton. Clint Haskins at Western Kentucky. Banks can't finish. Beautiful spin move. It just wouldn't go. And we have a timeout.
You're right. That was a great move. Took Nash in the paint. Used that big body to get some space and just missed the puppy. But Minnesota's doing a good job with this smaller lineup. Kevin Garnett on the bench. Suns struggling, down by 5.
Minnesota shooting 60% for the game as they have come back to take the lead. Coming up tonight, Right after the game on your Arizona Sports Report, Suns guard James Jones takes his car shopping at the Barrett-Jackson Auto Auction. Just wait until you see which vehicles piqued his interest. Plus, it was an amazing week of golf out of the TPC of Scottsdale. We'll look back at the 2006 FDR Open. And we'll be on the court and inside the locker room with all of your Suns comments following this one. It's all straight ahead on your Arizona Sports Report with Terry Chick right after the game.
J.B. Holmes hit the ball so far.
I mean, what is he, 23 years old?
Crazy.
And you can see the shooting in this quarter. The Timberwolves shooting 70%. Suns have cooled off. They've lost their lead of 9 early. Now find themselves down by 5. Bell with 6 on the shot clock. Trying to take Davis inside. Beautifully done by Roger Bell.
But we talk about a lot of surprises for the Suns this year. Boris Diaw, Leandro Barbosa, the way he's played. But Raja Bell, a guy we got for his defense, really turned into a fine offensive player.
He really has. As Mike D'Antoni said, I knew he was good, but he's better than I thought he was. And we're going to have a foul away from the ball. Marion coming into the game. Kurt Thomas now has picked up his 3rd foul.
You can see Raja taking care of Ricky Davis, trying to muscle him and gets in that paint. And we haven't seen a whole lot out of Raja. He's been such a good three-point shooter, but he's proven that he can put the ball on the floor and score inside the paint.
Kurt Thomas just shaking his head. He cannot believe they called him for a foul. It's just a litany of what's gone on all year.
He's not shaking his head. It's just his eyes are all crazy. It looks like he's shaking his head.
Anyway, he gets no respect whatsoever. He comes out of the game. Diaw now replaces him as Kurt Thomas has 3 fouls. Suns have cut it to 3. Banks inside. Who is this guy? Who is he?
That trade's starting to look awful good. I mean, he's hit a few jump shots, but they're just getting in the paint with that quickness and using that body and just muscling Steve Nash.
He is impressive. Marcus Banks, we mentioned he's had a 20-point game for Minnesota. And Marion trying to go up. He's going to be fouled.
Well, they keep getting that switch with Marion short players, and Nash again just lobs it up there. Banks got underneath Sean's legs and pushed him out and got the foul.
So Banks picks up his first foul. Little inbound, 4:47 to go in the first half. Suns trying to regain the lead in this game, get some of the momentum back they had early as it comes off now to Jones. Dumps it into Diaw. Got a mismatch now with Banks. Double teaming though. Diaw with 4. Into the corner with 3, and stepping out of bounds is going to be Bell.
Well, when they double-team Diaw down there, the Suns got to do a better job of getting open so he can see him. That time he had his back to the wide-open man. He's got to move and make himself available.
8 turnovers now against Phoenix, 7 against Minnesota. The Suns started out this series winning the first 25 against Minnesota. Then they hit a little bit of Kevin Garnett as a problem. Now looking for their 5th straight win over Minnesota after winning the first game December 26th when Diaw had that 31-point game. And it comes to Garnett. Tough shot. Those long arms, you just can't get up there.
Well, he did that without the ball. Great position. Caught the pass from Reed. Shot that turnaround away from the double team high archer.
Biggest lead of the game now, 7 for Minnesota. Nash, the high archer. Garnett comes down to the rebound. Garnett with 12 points, 6 rebounds. Up it comes to McCants. And McCants, tough follow away, hits it from the baseline.
Yeah, you can tell he's feeling good. Didn't get a real good pass there. Caught it, and like you said, hit a tough follow away.
He's 3 of 3. The rookie has not really played all that much or been all that impressive, but he is tonight. And so Nash will go to the free throw line. The foul will go on Banks.
You can see here, Kevin Garnett leading the break, throws a pass. Good catch and far-away jump shot by McCants, and he's shown that he's hot tonight in the U.S. Airways Center. And how many fouls is that on Banks? We need him out of the game. That's good.
Well, that's unfortunately only his 2nd.
He's going out anyway, so that's good.
Nash rolls one in. Carter comes in for Banks. Barbosa comes in now for James Jones. That was a 15 foul against Minnesota. The Suns have committed 3. Nash coming in here shooting 92% from the free throw line. He got them both. And it's 46-39, Minnesota. So Carter, who started the ball game, comes back in. He had 6 points earlier. Banks and McCants have come off the bench to score 15 points. McCants can't finish there. Nash back the other way. Nash takes Carter inside the follow-away. Beautifully done by the reigning MVP.
And that was just a beautiful shot. Used Anthony Carter's aggressiveness with the body, made sure he felt him, and then pushed off, shot the follow-away.
Nash with 17 points. That'll be off of the Suns. Minnesota ball. 3:24 to go in this first half.
Here comes Sean running forward. We said Minnesota would push it, and they're trying to get the ball in. Davis into Garnett. Sean does a good job coming from the top side, knocks it out of bounds.
Marion coming in here at 89 steals. He had one earlier. He was 7th in the league, averaging 1.89 a game. Backdoor, they tried to feed it. Instead, it comes out to Marion. Raja Bell with a 2. And followed by Barbosa. Marion comes out with a great hustle, but he traveled with the ball. Mike D'Antoni doesn't like that call. Neither do the Suns fans.
Yeah, I don't know if that was, he went up and caught it in the air. It looked like he was going to shoot it, change his mind, and put it on the floor. I don't think that was a walk. Good hustle here by Leandro first, and then Sean. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he did.
Strike that.
Yeah, you're backpedaling now. I can see that right now. Here's Garnett.
Walking all the way out of the stadium.
McCann says poked away by Barbosa. 12 on the shot clock. Oh, have a break in the action. 2:56 to go in this first half.
I let my emotions get the best of me, Gary. I'm sorry.
So the Timberwolves still up by 5. They've led by as many as 9. Well, while we were away, we discovered Mark Ivoroni was teed up. Now you have 210 million reasons to play Powerball. Wednesday's Powerball jackpot, an estimated 210
You gotta be kidding me. 210 million?
Almost as much as your contract with us.
Exactly.
Check for the winning numbers at ArizonaLottery.com. It's time now for the Powerball Power Player, and it's Marcus Banks.
Having a heck of a game. First nails a jumper, which allows him to get into the paint with the drive. Nice left-handed there. And then defensively showing his athletic ability. Goes way up in shots. Swats Leandro Barbosa's shot. So Marcus Banks played well. I don't know what Mark said, but he got a little technical. And Ricky Davis steps to the line and knocks it down.
And Davis makes it 47-41. Ivoroni upset and with the tee.
He's upset because he's got to give up that $500 or whatever.
And I'm telling you, Mike D'Antoni may get one here. He is working the officials really hard right now, yelling clear across the court. Look at him. He's hot. When Mike gets hot, he gets hot. I mean, he lets everybody know how he feels. I'll tell you right now. There's a nice steal by Diaw. Ahead to Barbosa, and that'll be a foul on Carter.
Well, that was good defense by the Suns, both for the player on the ball, didn't allow the lob pass, and then Diaw fighting around Kevin Garnett to get in front of him and steal it, and then they get out, and Barbosa with the speed. You see the pressure by Sean Marion, and then Diaw getting the block, and you got Leandro and Sean running. They're not two faster guys in the NBA, those two guys.
So Barbosa's 70% free throw shooter. You know, we were told before the game by the stat guy for Minnesota that in the last 8 weeks, Minnesota has the worst record of any team in the Western Conference. So the way they're playing tonight, that's hard to believe that they come in here 21-25. I mean, this is a team tonight who's had some moments.
No, and you get into a system like this playing against the Suns, and with an athletic team like Minnesota, especially the guys they have on the floor here, they can really flourish because they get out and they be able to run it. You know, you look at Banks and Ricky Davis and Kevin Garnett and McCann, all guys who can get out and run are very athletic. They'd seem to flourish in a system like this.
Dwayne Casey replacing Flip Saunders, who eventually is replaced by Kevin McHale, who's the interim coach. They fired Flip February 12th a year ago, and they're 25-26. Here it comes off to Nash. Bell, beautiful pass to Barbosa.
You're right, just a beautiful pass. First he got it from Nash, and then a bullet bounce pass to a cutting Barbosa, catches it and lays it in, and as a point guard, Barbosa very good at finishing around the basket.
And that gets some fans on their feet. The Suns have cut it to 2. 2:12 left to go here in the first half. McCann has played pretty well. Brings it off now to Carter. Skip pass to Hassel. And we have 3 seconds in the lane defensively against the Suns. A technical.
Well, they caught Sean Marion on the weak side.
Wait a minute, they're calling it on Minnesota. It's on Minnesota.
They were trying to get Kevin Garnett in the post. Sean Marion wasn't even playing. Trent Hassel on the weak side, kind of double teaming Garnett. I thought they caught him for staying in that lane, but it was Kevin Garnett camping him too long. And
both teams were puzzled. They eventually explained it. Suns get it. A minute 52 to go here in the first half. Diaw outside. Garnett comes out on him. Off to Nash. Nash, 5 on the shot clock. Garnett switches out. He likes this assignment. Goes after Nash. Nash can't get it. Shot clock expires. Off it comes now to Carter. Carter and Hassel and Minnesota taking a page out of the Suns book.
Good job by Anthony. They're holding on to the ball, waited for Trent Hassel to get all the way down the floor. Nobody picked him up from the Suns. Got an easy dunk.
Surprising stat this game. Minnesota has 12 fast break points. And the rebound cleared by Davis. Davis brings it off to Hassel. Trenton Hassel into the corner. McCants backs out for three, and the rookie nails a three. McCants coming in here and hit only 19, and he's got a pair of them tonight.
You're right, it is surprising, but it shouldn't be. I mean, you look at the players they got on the floor, they should be running all night long.
52-45. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Into the corner it comes to Bell. He's got time to load it up, and he hit it. And Bell proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton donates another $150 to Sun Charities. Steal by Marion, and reaching in and committing the foul was Davis.
I'm not sure what McCants is thinking there. He's closing out on a guy who's one of the best three-point shooters in the league, and pretty much just gave him the shot, and then Anthony Carter with a mindless turnover, and they foul Steve Nash and gets him to the line.
Suns able to get that turnover. It's 12 now against Minnesota, that's led to 9 points. Nash at the line again. He is 5 of 5 from the stripe. 52-48 as the Suns as a team have missed only one. They're 13 of 14. As we've talked about, they don't get to the free throw line. They're last in free throw attempts a game with 18, and already in this first half, Dan, they've had 15 attempts.
Well, I don't know why they fouled Steve Nash there. I mean, Ricky Davis just reached out and grabbed him. I don't know if he knew that they were in the bonus or what, but you can't send Steve Nash to the line.
Yeah, they were over the limit. I mean, there was no foul to give there. 2-point game.
Ricky not the sharpest tool in the shed sometimes there, Gary.
The elevator does go all the way to the top.
That's right.
Here is Davis now, and Davis doesn't get the roll. Rebound is cleared by Marion. Suns now have a chance to tie or take the lead. They've really fought back here in the second quarter. Into the corner, Bell to Diaw. Diaw, nice jump stop. No. Follow inside. He tried to tip it out, and we've got a foul. Loose ball foul will go on the Suns. It's going to go on Bell. Roger Bell can't believe it. Derek Richardson, the guy made the call. I don't know where that came from. Let's see what they called him. They're going to call on Diaw, I believe. And Diaw is very surprised. That'll be his third if it is. Let's look at it, Dan.
Well, Diaw's going to miss that. He's going to go up and try to get the rebound, over the back there. If it's on Diaw, I could agree with that call, but
it is. It's like on Diaw. Bell, it looked like he thought it was called on him. He went charging out. Now they call it on Diaw. Diaw with three. Both he and Thomas with 3 fouls. Minnesota will inbound with 28 seconds. It's not a happy crowd here right now.
Raucous is the word, Gary. Raucous.
Raucous.
Is that a word?
I think it is.
Thanks, Tom.
If not, it is, and we will give you all the credit. You are such a great thespian.
Just don't ask me to spell it.
52-50. Suns again with a chance now to tie or take the lead. Nash inside, and he's going to be fouled. Carter could not stay with him defensively.
Talked about that before. The only way to attack Anthony Carter, he tries to use his physical body there, and Steve is going to attack him, get that lane, and Anthony ride him with that left hand and gives him the shove, trying not to let him complete the play.
So Nash 7 of 7 from the line. Will go back again. He can tie it up here. So the Suns getting to the free throw line. They're shooting 41%, but Minnesota is shooting 62% for the game.
Torrid. Absolutely a torrid pace for these Timberwolves.
Do you know how to spell torrid?
T-O-R-R-I-D.
Oh, okay. That's because the producer spelled it for you.
Oh, now you're giving away my secrets. You're supposed to get my back.
Nash has tied it up at 52. 3 seconds left. Davis. Got it. It'll count. And Minnesota will take the halftime lead.
Don't go nowhere. We got a game.
So the T-Wolves outscore the Suns 30-24 in this second quarter.
And there's Ricky doing what he does best, and that's getting buckets.
Tom and Tom coming up at halftime. At the break with Thunder Dan Marley, I'm Gary Bender. The Timberwolves up 54-52, but Dan, you would figure that Suns in pretty good shape. I mean, Minnesota had to shoot 63% in the first half to have the lead.
Yeah, and the Suns didn't shoot that well, but they went to the free throw line 18 times. I mean, they averaged that in the game, so get that in the first half. That's good. Steve Nash, 21 points, 9 from 9 from the line, so they have to do a better job defensively. Those, like you said, the Timberwolves shoot almost 63%.
And it's time now to check the Jack in the Box inside the box score. We don't make it till you order it. There's the stats we were talking about, 63%. free throws. Both teams shooting well, but surprisingly, Dan, the Suns have been to the line 18 times.
Yeah, got in the bonus early and doing a good job. #1 free throw shooting team in the league. And Garnett, who has 12 points, Suns did a good job on him. He only took 6 attempts, but he made 5 of them. There you're going to see Nash 21 points. Sean Marion had a tough half, 1 for 7, but had 6 steals.
Well, and that's the remarkable thing about Sean. He cannot shoot the ball well, still contribute in other ways. You mentioned the 6 steals. He also has 6 rebounds in the first half. The Suns with only 5 assists in that first half, which again is really
they averaged
remarkable.
27 a game, so that just shows you what they're doing with Steve Nash. They're allowing him to take a lot of shots. He scores 21 points, but when he's shooting more, that means he's not going to be passing and making assists. And plus, they got cold there on outside jump shots.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Lowest in the NBA, averaging 18, and they've already been there. And here now is Kevin Garnett. As Dan mentioned, took only 6 shots in the first half. And he's going to try to start the second half out, but does not get it to go.
Kurt Thomas continues to do a good job, and that's all you can hope for is a Kevin Garnett turnaround from the block.
Minnesota shot 72% in the second quarter. They hit a shot at the buzzer to take this 2-point lead. And there is Bell from outside, and Raja Bell now in double figures with 10. Diaw gets back, deflects it. Off it comes to Nash. That'll be turnover number 14 against Minnesota. That's led to 13 points. We've had really trouble in this game. Both teams taking care of the ball. The Suns have 9 turnovers. And that's going to be on Anthony Carter trying to impede that drive inside. So the Suns have tied it at 54. They led by as many as 9, as did Minnesota in the first half. They had a 9-point lead. You can see now the steals, 8 of them, the 6th by Sean Marion. And here is Bell, passes in, unselfish to Marion. Marion 1 of 8 from the field. Oh, that was too easy.
Well, I think he was surprised that he got the ball from Raja Bell, but then, like you said, just missed a wide-open layup.
Nice mission from outside. Steve, a 6 of 10 from the field. And it comes now to Garnett. Garnett swings it outside to Carter. Do you believe that KG might start going offensively? Well, he threw it away, and that's the 7th steal of the game for Marion.
Kevin should know better than that. You cannot throw a cross-court pass, especially with Sean Marion there. He's so athletic, got long arms, got the steal.
So now for the year, a total of 96 steals for Marion. And there is Diaw scoring. Diaw now with 7 points. 56-54 Suns.
I'm not sure what Minnesota was doing there as they left Anthony Carter wide, or left him all alone with Boris Diaw. Just backed him down and shot the little right-handed off the glass.
Thomas has just committed his 4th foul. Kurt Thomas trying to stop that drive inside. So he has 4. Marcus Banks, who was trouble for the Suns in the first half, will be coming in.
We talked about Carter. That's his game. And here, Diaw just realized Anthony Carter, nobody comes. Just takes his time, 2-3 dribbles, turns away, baseline, easy shot. And then Anthony Carter, we talked about, we want him to take jump shots. That time just put his head down, got all the way basket, and knocked down the free throw.
So now it's 57-56, Minnesota. Nash into the offensive end. Nash with 3 assists in that first half with his 21 points. Marion, there's a steal attempt by Carter. They turn it over again. Carter fouled by Diaw. And now both teams in double digits as far as turnovers are concerned. As Barbosa's going to come into the ball game. Diaw's committed his 4th foul.
Well, just another lackadaisical pass, cross-court pass. You can't do that with good athletes. Sean's just going to lob it up there. Anthony Carter too quick there, gets in the passing lane, gets all the way to the basket again, gets fouled.
You look at this Suns team. They have had the tendency to play not at the pace and the level they like to against losing teams. They're 15-8 record-wise. The next 2 opponents that are coming in, they're 0-2 against. Memphis and Sacramento. And there's Madsen, has it stripped. Diaw comes back the other way. Minnesota by 2, and the Suns turn it over for the 11th time.
And you know, the problem with Suns have, they're so potent offensively. Sometimes they think they can just turn it on, especially against good teams. And the problem you have against bad teams, and when they come in, you let them hang around in the 4th quarter. All of a sudden, the confidence is up, and they think they can win the game.
Well, Chicago was playing the Suns very well until that 3rd quarter when the Suns just absolutely blew them away. Off it comes now to Ricky Davis. Davis, Barbosa poking at it. And we're going to have a foul, and it will go on Barbosa. That'll be his 2nd foul, and the Suns already now have picked up 3 team fouls, and we have 9:36 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Davis will bring it in for Minnesota. Minnesota last year missed the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. They finished with 44 wins after the previous year, reaching the Western Conference Finals, and they had a 58-win season, the #1 seed in the West. And there's Hassel muscling in. And it's back to a 4-point lead now for the T-Wolves.
What we see is this Minnesota team being very aggressive. Hassel just took Barbosa in the paint, trying to draw a foul. Barbosa backed off, nailed the shot.
Barbosa had a mismatch with Madsen. Off-balance shot. Back it comes to Banks. Thanks to Trenton Hassel, who played at Austin P. He goes inside, and he's got 4 straight points.
And I talked about earlier about Bell being a good defensive player. He's really upped his offensive game. Hassel, the same thing. Known as a defensive player, but knows how to score also.
Hassel this year's had a high of 18 points, and tonight he's got 8. Diaw brings it out now to Roger Bell. They extend the defense, and that'll be a foul on Davis, who tried to stay with him, could not. And Ricky Davis has committed his 2nd foul of the night.
You see a good move by Hassel. He's going to fake like he's going to turn back out. Diaw bites on it and then again goes up and uses the rim for protection. Good shot.
Roger Bell coming to the free throw line. One of the major surprises. Career high average of 14.5. He is done such a good job at both ends of the floor defensively, leading the NBA in 3-point accuracy in the month of January. Hey, come explore the new Verizon Wireless Jungle on level 4 of the U.S. Airways Center at all Suns home games. Tons of fun for the kids and adults alike, including Dan Marley.
Oh, I love
Verizon Wireless, I never stop working for you.
Once I'm in there, I hardly ever want to leave.
So Bell able to hit both free throws, 62-58 Minnesota. Out it comes to Garnett. Garnett swings it around. Davis from outside. And don't let this guy get started. He can score points in bunches.
Prolific.
64-58. I mean, you must have brought your thesaurus with you tonight. You're using all these big words. Here's Nash again. A 3. No. Garnett comes down to the rebound. Garnett now with 8. Davis back the other way. Bell cuts him off nicely. 8:09 left to go in the 3rd. Hassel backing in on Barbosa, bodying him, and they're going to call the foul on Barbosa. There's a case of Hassel just being too strong for Leandro.
Yeah, Minnesota doing a good job to recognize that they swung it to the weak side. Hassel had Barbosa on his back. Leandro doing the best he can. Uses a little bit too much of that right leg. Dislodging, gets the call.
3rd foul on him, so Barbosa comes out. He pleaded with D'Antoni to keep him in, but James Jones will replace Barbosa. Barbosa with 9 points in the ball game. Garnett off to Davis. Davis now starting to feel it. He hit one there just a moment ago. Nash comes down to the rebound. Suns thus far in this ball game have 11 fast break points to 15 for Minnesota. Diaw out to Bell. Bell able to connect, and Roger Bell now with 14.
Raja taking advantage of Ricky Davis, not known for his defense. Ricky continues to lose him on screens, trying to go under. Raja shooting the ball too well to do that.
Manza brings it out to Davis. Hassel driving inside. Marcus Banks, and Banks, who has impressed us tonight, hits again, and Banks with 10 points.
Impressed to see. Right, I mean, I love the way this guy can be able to put it on the floor and get the basket, but I also love his jump shot. Looks very good.
What we've seen tonight, it looks like Minnesota got the best of the trade with Boston.
I would tend to agree with you down, Gary.
You never agree with me. Why would you start now? Here is Marion going in.
Because you're hardly ever right.
Well, that's true.
Quite honest with you.
And there is Hassel, who's a good defender, got a piece of that. Suns will have it with 6 to shoot.
If you weren't so darn good looking, you wouldn't even be in this business.
Is that what it is? It's my looks? I didn't know that. Thank you,
You're
Dan.
a beautiful, beautiful man.
Nash brings it into Bell, and Bell with a 2. Marion keeps it alive to Jones. Here's Bell, a long 3, and he gets it. And Bell is proud to own the 3-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities. That cuts it to 3. He is 3 of 4 behind the line tonight, and there's a travel on the Mad Dog, Mark Madsen.
And the Suns are playing exactly right. James Jones left Madsen wide open to go double-team Kevin Garnett without the ball so he wouldn't get it, and then closed on Madsen, who just was like a bull in the china closet, just ran him over.
Boy, Roger Bell having a big game, 17 points. You can see shooting-wise, Minnesota has just been on fire all night long. Suns cool off the second, trying to heat up again.
And Raj is getting under everybody.
Yes, he is. He got Garnett and Bell. We're going to have a double technical, I believe.
Yeah, I've been watching him. He's been John with Madsen for a while, then him and Kevin Garnett's had a few 3 or 4 times down the floor.
I'm telling you, Roger Bell gets under the skin of every team, every game. I mean, there's just never a game goes by he doesn't irk somebody. So double technical on Garnett and Bell. Suns will inbound. Nash outside now. Trying to use Diaw's screen. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 8 on the shot clock. Oh, what is that? Beautiful left-hand finish.
You know, Minnesota keeps thinking that Steve's going to pass the ball. There, went all the way and made a nice fake, and he's beautiful with that left hand in the basket.
23 points for the MVP. Garnett follow-away baseline, hit the side of the basket. He retrieves, tries to feed inside, hit the basket again. Nash back the other way. I think Garnett's a little upset right now. And Bell traveled with the ball. I mean, Garnett, after that double technical, came back the other way like he was out to prove something and had a bad-looking shot and then a pass that got away from him. I tell you, this guy is a great competitor, Garnett, as is Bell. Bell is a guy, I mean, you talk about tough. I don't think there's anybody any tougher in this league right now than Roger Bell. And he led the league in taking charges this year with 30 at the start of the night. And now Bell is tangled up with Davis. We've got a timeout. Suns down by 1.
Steve Nash gets all the way lane. Again, he's going to use that left hand off the glass. We got ourselves a brouhaha.
It's getting a little heated. Minnesota up by 166-65. Suns fans, tonight is the Sports Authority Kurt Thomas bobblehead giveaway. Tonight only, the first 10 fans that purchase a 5-game Suns stretch run ticket pack or receive an autographed Kurt Thomas bobblehead doll. The stretch run pack saves you
His eyes are straight. That's not Kurt.
off a single game pricing, and you receive priority on playoff tickets. Call 602-379-SUNS.
You better stop talking bad about him, by the way.
To watch the Suns heat up against the Rockets, Clippers, Trailblazers, Mavericks, and Hornets. Again, the number 602-379-SUNS.
Next thing you know, he's going to be waiting for you in the parking garage.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not the one
I'm just trying to tell you.
I tell you, I don't want to be
take kindly to that kind of
Now,
talk.
Roger Bell has stirred it up here a little bit.
Yeah, he's pretty much messed with everybody on the team. Ricky Davis, Mark Madsen, Kevin Garnett. They better hope that all 3 of them don't gang up on him.
So it's gotten physical. It's gotten a little bit heated here. By the way, we've just been told that Sean Marion has a season high in steals. That's no surprise. A total of 7. 5:50 left to go in this third quarter as we come back in. Suns with a chance to take the lead. Here's Diaw driving on Madsen. Kicks it out to Bell. 9 on the shot clock. Nash tried to pass it to Diaw, and Madsen intercedes. Picks it off. Suns still down by 1. I tell you, this is going to be a battle. This Minnesota team's not going away tonight.
Yeah, usually got to pay double for this kind of action, Gary.
Nash with 4 turnovers in the ball game. Banks goes inside. Diaw, good defense. Marion with a block, but they're going to call him for a foul on Mark Madsen.
That's where Madsen does his damage off the ball, just crashes the boards, and Sean Marion just lost sight of him for a second and tried to get the block, but had the foul call.
Well, Madsen's a terrible free throw shooter. Last year shot 50%. He's shooting 38% at the start of the night. Madsen, of course, played with Casey Jacobson at Stanford. They made it to the Final Four 1 year. And he got the bounce. Garnett, by the way, now has a double-double for Minnesota. 12 points, 10 rebounds. And there it is, what we're talking about, the terrible free throw shooter that he is. And that didn't even hit anything. That basket will not count because it did not hit anything. Garnett said it hit the rim. If he's right, the basket will count. If not, it's side out to Phoenix. And the summit is underway.
3 great minds have converged.
Now they're saying what? So it did not hit anything.
No, he said inadvertent whistle, so it did hit, and they're going to give Minnesota the ball.
Oh, I stand corrected.
You've been right once today.
Well, I know.
Rarely right twice.
50%.
It's going to see here.
All right. Yeah, it did. I think it did graze it. So Garnett alertly came up with it. So they awarded to Minnesota because of the inadvertent whistle. And now here is Banks outside with 15 on the shot clock. Hassel. Rebound comes to Nash. Suns down by 2. Inside, Marion, that'll tie it, and he's fouled by Garnett. Marion needed that. He's been struggling. He is 2 of 10 from the field. Maybe that'll get him started.
Yeah, you know what's amazing about there is I saw Nash right at the beginning. He saw Marion, and he just waited until Sean was able to catch the ball. That little left-handed bouncer. And Sean with a very nice finish. And you're right, he's had a hard time scoring tonight. Hopefully that'll get him going.
And he's 4 of 5 for the line. He has 8 points in the game. Suns now with that 3-point play with the lead. 68-67. Davis out to Garnett. Hassel off to Banks, picked up by Nash. We've had 6 lead changes in this game. Davis from outside of 3, and that is what you can expect from Davis. He can bury the shot from outside.
That time Raja got caught on the weak side trying to help Kevin Garnett. Couldn't get back in time to help to stop Davis' jump shot.
Minnesota 3 of 3 from 3-ball land. Missed by Nash. Garnett with a rebound. He's 12 and 12. 12 rebounds and 12 points. The Big Ticket. That's the best nickname in basketball. The Big Ticket. Brings it off to Hassel. And we're going to have a foul on Garnett. Garnett trying to post up inside. That'll be 4 on him. And McCants comes back in for Minnesota. Dwayne Casey's got to make a decision now whether to get the Big Ticket out of the game. 4 fouls on him, but 4:15 to go in the third. Discussion is going on the sideline. All new coaches this year. Dwayne Casey bringing over a lot of familiar faces, but first time in Minnesota. Here's Diaw, little jump hook. No, got his own rebound. Goes up again. Great effort.
Well, you're right. Again, he had the mismatch on McCants and turned around, made a nice shot, didn't get it. Used his height to corral the offensive rebound. Took his time and laid it in.
Diaw with 9 points in the game. We're tied at 70. 8 offensive rebounds now for the Suns. Here is Davis again with a 3. Rebound by James Jones. Nash back the other way. Steve Nash, 23 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Trying to use the screen by Diaw. The guy that can dribble the ball, but always making something happen. He's not wasting time with his dribble. James Jones with a 3. Counted. And Jones with the 3-ball. And Jones proud to own the 3-point zone. They're going to count that at 2. It is a 2. He was on the line. So Jones with a 2, and the Suns with a 2-point lead.
Credit that basket to Diaw, who caught it right in the post. And such good vision here. Doesn't take much time, just over the shoulder. And Jones with a foot on the line, knocks it down. We got ourselves a nice game here. 72-70.
Suns on that 2 by Jones with a 72-70 lead. It's time to key a watch and win. Log on to Suns.com now and fill out the online entry form with tonight's secret word of the game, All-Star. And you could win a game-worn Steve Nash jersey. One of Steve's jerseys went for $25,000 in an online auction last month. So it's a big prize. Tonight's winner will also be entered into a drawing to win a new Kia Sportage, a versatile SUV with 6 airbags, traction control, and available V6 engine. Tonight's secret word of the game is All-Star. Log on to Suns.com and enter now. Look at this. Wouldn't this be a remarkable triple-double if John Mary could pull that off? I mean, that would be a wild one, wouldn't it, to get the triple-double with steals? And moving inside, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Banks. Banks offhand. Blunt's coming in. They're going to get Garnett out of there. Garnett, we mentioned, picked up his 4th foul earlier. Watch this.
I talked about, I think the Suns lead the league in offensive fouls. And there again, Diaw just positions himself instead of going for the block, takes a charge.
That's absolutely right. They've done a great job of taking those charges. There's Diaw to Marion. That's becoming a familiar play.
It really is. Those two, Diaw, such a good passer. He just throws it up to the rim and up to the rim, and Marion, such a great finisher, just jumps up and slams it home there. That time, just laid it in.
Suns now have built their lead to 4. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. McCants has played well tonight. Hits the shot. McCants has impressed me. He has 12 points. He's 5 of 6.
Yeah, shot the ball extremely well.
McCants has really not done all that much this year. He had a high of 18 points earlier this year. 14th pick in the first round. Beautiful move by Bell. Can't get the shot to go. Blunt comes down to the rebound. 74-72. Dwayne Casey yells out the play to Marcus Banks. Banks has played well. He has 10 points in the ball game. Blunt played 2 years at Pittsburgh. Outstanding shot blocker in college. From outside, McCants can't get this one. Rebound is cleared by Nash. Nash off to Bell. Suns trying to have the success continue at home, winning their 18th game against 7 losses. They can hold on here. Jones is going to be fouled, and that's another foul on a 3-point shot, and that'll be the 14th time this year.
Again, Raja Bell just swings to the weak side, and James Jones feels the pressure as Blunt comes up to try to block the shot, and he kicks that leg out and again goes to the line. He does this all the time. He's going to swing here, and he's going to kick that leg out a little bit. Because of it, he's going to get contact right on the foot and gets the call.
That's exactly what it was. The replay showing his foot at the last instance making contact. Jones gets the first 2 to go. Suns tonight, Dan, have attempted 23 of them. They've hit 22 free throws. I mean, you don't see that stat line very often for this team. Averaging 18 a game tonight already with 23 attempts. As Jones gets all 3 of them. Again, glad to have with us the NBA TV audience as we have 1:33 to go here in the third with Thunder Dan Marley. I'm Gary Bender. The Suns up 77-72. And Banks has now scored 12 points in the ball game.
Beautiful jump shot, living off that double team on Hassel. Faked the pass and nailed the wide open jumper. This Bank kid looks really good.
Doesn't he, though? 77-74. Beautiful pass by Nash. Swinging around to Bell. 10 on the shot clock. Nash looking inside. He had 13 points in the first quarter, 23 for the game. Nash with a left-hand shot. Justin Reed hanging tough defensively. Back it comes to Banks. Less than a minute to go in the third. Banks not able to get this one. Big rebound inside. Hassel goes up. Has it rejected. Double teamed on that play. Nash comes back to Jones. Jones is going to go inside. Oh, look out. He hit hard. He goes down as he went up. What do we got here? A charge or a block? It's going to be an offensive foul. Justin Reed on the receiving end. It took a while to reach this decision. Let's look at it.
You love the aggressiveness there as he goes off, and lucky he didn't get hurt there, landing on that wrist, but there's no way that Reed got out there in time. He jumps before even James Jones gets in there. A bad call, and I'm just glad that James didn't get hurt.
It scared him.
Oh, scared me.
Really scared him. You could tell. But Jones playing much more aggressively in the last 3 or 4 games. You love to see it. So the ball goes back to Minnesota. 77-74 Suns. Banks goes inside. Marion got a hand on it. Marion with 7 steals. Let's go back and look again. Mike D'Antoni going to get a technical here if he's not careful. He's working the officials.
You're going to see McCants there come over and just push James Jones right in the midsection. And that was just a horrible call.
Boy, Mike D'Antoni is just livid on the near side, working the official. No technical call. Now 22 seconds left in the quarter. Shot missing by Hassel. Reed goes inside, rejected by Jones. Out comes Banks. It's really getting physical. Gee, Justin Reed stepped out of bounds. I tell you, Reed is a warrior in there right now.
Well, the Warrior just got a tee. Threw the ball down to Bernie Fryer, teed him up.
That's what he did. The technical on Reed, this guy who came over in the trade with Boston, former second-round pick of the Celtics, and playing his 6th game with Minnesota. Boy, Reed, after taking that charge, went down the other end, and he got physical. Nash at the line. Nash tonight. Now 10 of 10.
We'll see Reed going to get that offensive rebound. Steps on the line. Bernie Fryer calls it. Doesn't like it. Slams the ball down. And Bernie Fryer ain't going to take that from Reed.
Bernie Fryer, of course, played in the NBA for many years.
No, he didn't. Did he really?
Yeah.
All right, Bernie.
78-74. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Nash on
the
the
30s.
Nash makes it 80-74, deflected out by Diaw. 4.5 seconds left in a very emotional third quarter. And it comes now to Davis. Davis going to have to launch. Here he goes. It'll count if it goes. Does not. Suns outscore Minnesota in the quarter 28-20. Suns are 14-2 at home, and they lead after 3 quarters.
I'm going to tell you what, we have an entertaining 3 quarters here. Don't go away, because this 4th quarter is going to be really good. And the MVP, Steve Nash, drives the bucket. Sweet off the glass. Garnett didn't score.
We have 12 minutes to go. Suns up 80-74. T-Wolves bench with 29 points. Tonight on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Fresh off his win of the Super Bowl, Steelers linebacker Joey Porter stops by to reflect on his team's historical victory. Plus 3-time champion and Patriot star Willie McGinnis stops by. And a whole lot more. The Best Damn Sports Show, period. Tonight at 10:30 p.m. only on FSN. Eddie House starts his 4th quarter for the Suns. It's his time. This is when he plays so well. 8-1 record when he has scored 8+ points in the 4th quarter. So they look for him to jumpstart it. Diaw has a deflector. Out to House. House backing out. Off to Diaw. Diaw inside, and he traveled to the ball. Suns up 80-74. This game has really got physical. It's gotten very emotional. Both teams playing very hard right now.
All the ingredients for a very entertaining game, Gary.
Banks into the offensive end, off to Hassel. Davis trying to go back door. Cut off by Bell. Look at Bell. Bell is just giving Davis fits out there, as he does everybody. Banks inside to Hassel, count it, and Trenton Hassel's going to go to the line. That's a foul on Boris Diaw, and Diaw now has committed 5.
A very good job by Banks, who got caught in the air looking to shoot. Sean Marion got up and was going to block that shot, found Hassel at the last second, and finished at the basket.
They're going to get Diaw out of there with his 5th foul. Kurt Thomas will come in replacing him. So Thomas with 4. Hassel at the line. 73% free throw shooter. This is his first time tonight. Chance at a 3-point play, and he got it. And we have a 3-point game. So House, Marion, Roger Bell, James Jones, and Kurt Thomas in there now for Mike D'Antoni. Bell thus far with 17 points of the game. Reed gets out on House to Marion. House, 3-ball, count it! House is on fire again. And Eddie House crowd on the 3-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities.
I don't know what Reed was doing. They had done a good job switching thus far, and then Reed was on House and just forgot about him. One person you don't want to leave for the Suns is Eddie House.
You got to know who the shooters are, right? And there's Hassel going inside, and Trenton Hassel's really played well tonight. He has 13 points. 83-79, backdoor. House is trying to feed Marion. He couldn't get to it. Banks, lead pass to Reed. Nice pass by Banks. Suns able to recover, get back defensively. Here's Davis going in like a running back. Hands off to Reed, and Reed slams it home.
And this Minnesota team, very athletic, just putting their heads down, getting to the basket. Ricky Davis with a fine pass to Reed there.
House backing out. Davis with his first assist of the night to go with 14 points. House will go inside. Marion dumps it back out to House. You can see they extend the defense against Eddie. Marion with 4 on the shot clock. Tough shot. And Marion now 4 and 12 from the field with 12 points.
And good patience by Eddie House. Finally got the switch to Sean Marion. Just threw a bullet pace to Sean, and Sean not having a very good shooting night, but was able to connect there.
Sean now with 12 points, 10 rebounds in the ball game. We had him with 7 steals. Off it comes now to Davis. Davis baseline, and he's going to be fouled by Bell. Bell stepping over on the baseline and committing the foul. Here comes Madsen back in.
They call that on Bell or Kurt Thomas?
Wait a minute. They're going to call it.
And you know, Kurt Thomas, like you said, about no respect. He just got out there and took the charge and just didn't get the call, and he's going to pick up his 5th foul.
They haven't registered it yet, but that's going to be what it is. And Mike can't believe it, neither can Kurt. That would be his 5th. Now, Bell looked to me like he'd made the contact. We're still having the discussion. And now they're going to call it on Sean Marion.
What? Huh?
Marion with the foul. Well, at least it's not on Kurt Thomas. That would have been his 5th. So Davis at the line now. Davis 4 of 4. So Thomas with the 4 fouls after not having it called. 5 on Diaw. Here come the Suns up by 2. House out to Marion. James Jones swings it around to Eddie. Eddie's trying to find a gap to shoot the ball. And we're going to have a foul as Marcus Banks kind of elbowing his way inside, and Banks will pick up the foul.
Well, they switched on the pick and roll, and Marcus Banks tried to keep Kurt Thomas from rolling to the block and basically just held it. Going to see here switch, and he's going to try to keep Kurt from going to the block, and can't do that.
House looking in, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bell picked up by Davis. 5 on the shot clock. Bell has to shoot it, doesn't get it. Rebound cleared by Hassel, and a chance now to tie or take the lead as Minnesota. Hard to believe these guys have lost 13 of their last 15 on the road. I mean, they have played well here tonight. Marion deflects it out. Hassel comes up with a 51 left to go here in the game. Hassel looked like he almost traveled. Out to Banks. Banks a 3, and Banks hits a huge 3 in this game.
Mistake by Eddie there with the shot clock running down 4 seconds. You really got to get up and make him put the ball on the floor.
And House tries to answer at the other end with a 3. Cannot. McCants comes down to the rebound. In the quarter thus far, the Timberwolves have not missed. 4 of 4. 86-85. Davis, he'll launch a 3. Rebound is cleared by Eddie House. House ahead now to Roger Bell. Nash, you wonder when they'll bring him back. We mentioned at the start of the game, Nash was not feeling real well, even though he had a great first quarter. Jones has that partially blocked by McCants. And Minnesota now with the lead and with the ball. McCants brings it back out to Banks. Davis enters it inside now to Hassel. Hassel backing in. Powers his way, and Marion got him.
I'll tell you, Minnesota's done a really good job with Kevin Garnett on the bench. They just are patient. They give to Hassel there and draws the foul.
They played with a lot of emotion. A 5-0 run now for Minnesota.
Here's what I was talking about with the shot clock running down. You want to make Banks take it to the basket. This time Eddie House closes out, but he allows the jump shot. He's going to pull up. This guy's been hot. Minnesota doing a terrific job.
With Dan Marley, I'm Gary Bender. The Suns have a battle on their hands tonight. Hassel at the line, hits the free throw, gives Minnesota a 2-point lead. Trenton Hassel with 14 points in the ball game. Minnesota 15 of 17 from the line. The Suns 24 of 25. Hassel gets them both. 3-point lead now for the guys from Minnesota. Bell outside, picked up by Davis. Into Marion. Marion with 12 points and 10 rebounds. Here is Bell popping open, and he got it too. Roger Bell with 19.
Good call by Coach D'Antoni to run a set play for Roger coming off the pick. Got the wide open jump shot.
Bell has been averaging almost 19 points a game in the last 3. Now make it 4. Garnett picked up by Thomas. Bring it out to Davis. Davis wants the shot. He'll try a 2 and get it. And Davis now continues to shoot very well in this ball game. That's his 6th field goal. 87 points now for the Suns, down by 3. Here comes Bell. Clears on the elbow. Can't get it to go. Hassel the rebound. Suns down by 3. They need a stop with 6:50 left. McCants outside. McCants has played probably his best game as a rookie. He's played well. He's had 12 points in the game. He had 5 in a row back in the first half. McCants goes in. Rejected by Jones. James Jones with the rejection. Nash back the other way. Rebound cleared by Hassel. Suns now hit a little cold spell here shooting the ball, and then Marion strikes it again. Marion now with 8 steals, and he finishes.
There's Sean Marion right there. Hustles back, gets the steal, gives it to Nash, runs the floor. Nash just throws it up, and talking about Sean, he's got the 8 steals, got 12 points and 10 rebounds.
2 steals away from a triple-double. Garnett picked up by Thomas. Brings it out to Banks. Inside 6 to go in the game. Banks leaves it short. Garnett trying to keep it alive. Garnett, great hustle, battling Nash and Thomas. It's off for the big ticket. Suns with the ball. Barbosa is going to come in now. We have a timeout. 5:51 left. Hang on, Dan. This could be a torrid finish.
I'm not going anywhere, Gary. Let's see here, Sean hustling back. Ricky Davis, a little lackadaisical. He steals it. He's going to give it to his man, knowing that he'll probably get it back. Nash dribbles down, throws it up, and Sean Marion says, "Holla!"
We have a terrific game. Minnesota up 90-89. A moment ago, we mentioned Sean Marion with his 8th steal. Unusual triple-double if he could get 2 more. Last one involving steals. Kendall Gill for the Nets, April 3rd, 99 against the Heat.
I was playing in that game.
Were you
I think
playing
he got picked my pocket like 7 times.
Tonight's High Flyers feature presented by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
Ricky Davis, and then the big ticket. And then James Jones from the baseline. Ricky Davis getting rejected by James Jones. And then Diaw to Sean Marion. Nash to Marion again.
And we come back to the live action. 5.5 minutes to go into Thomas. Can't come up with a pass. Banks had a hand on it. Minnesota with the lead in the ball. Hassel brings it outside now to Davis. And that's a travel on Banks. That will be now turnover number 25. 25 against Minnesota. Suns have turned it over 17 times. 25 turnovers leading to 25 points, and they're still leading in this game.
Inconceivable, Gary.
Nash, Garnett switches out. They have a mismatch inside. Banks against Thomas. Bell, 7 into Thomas. They have a block. Weak side help by Hassel, but they call the foul. Dwayne Casey thought they had a clean block, but Hassel commits the foul.
Well, he thought wrong as they did a good job of being patient and finally got into Kurt Thomas, who was fronted, and Hassel comes over from the side and hits him with the body.
So Hassel has picked up his first foul. Now we got a technical on Dwayne Casey. Ayotte, the official, making the call.
The foul is assessed to number 23.
So Nash, who's been deadly at the line tonight, 10 of 10 will shoot the technical. This could tie it up with 5:04 to go, and does. 90 all. Nash now with 27 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 8 ties in this game. We've had 8 lead changes. So Thomas will go to the line now to shoot a pair. Third Thomas with his first free throw. He has not scored tonight in 20 minutes. He's been a lot of foul trouble, and he gets this one to go. You can see the free throws. The Suns have really been effective. But so is Minnesota, but the Suns getting a lot more opportunities. Thomas misses. Marion with a rebound. Big offensive rebound. Suns will set it with a 1-point lead. Again, Garnett switches out on Nash. That means Banks is guarding Kurt Thomas inside. Nash goes in to the corner to Barbosa. Swings it out to Marion. Marion floater, no. Barbosa tried to follow tip-off. It comes now to Trenton Hassel. Hassel backing it out, a guy who has fought his way in the lineup mainly because of his defensive prowess. In it comes to Hassel again. Looking inside to McCants, the rookie, double teaming the ball out of his hands. 7 on the shot clock. Into the corner to Banks. Banks got it. Big shot. 2. And it's a 1-point lead for Minnesota.
And a good double team by the Suns, but Hassel doing a good job of putting the ball on the floor, drawing the help, finds a wide open Banks in the corner who continues to shoot the ball.
Banks 17, we mentioned earlier, he made his debut with Minnesota and scored 20. Diaw getting ready to come into the ball game. Nash driving in on Garnett. Up it comes to Marion. Marion driving on Hassel. Tough shot. These two guys came from the same area, Clarksville, Tennessee. They were high school teammates going after each other.
Garnett really poses a problem for Nash with his length. Steve can't get around him, but he has to pass.
92-91 Minnesota. 3:42 left to go. The big ticket goes in. Can't get it. Kurt Thomas comes down to the big rebound. Out it comes to Nash. Cross court. Barbosa flying up the court. And Banks got a piece of it. Banks committing the foul. And here comes Diaw into the lineup replacing Kurt Thomas. So Barbosa will go to the free throw line. He's hit 2 free throw attempts tonight.
You can see the Suns did a pretty good job, but Hassel putting it on the floor, crossing over Raja Bell, draws Steve Nash away from the corner. Banks gets a wide open look.
So Barbosa with a chance now to tie it up with this free throw, and does not. Only the 3rd miss tonight by the Suns. Barbosa at the start of the night, 70% free throw shooter. We're tied, 92-all. 9th time we've been tied tonight. Banks getting a lot of playing time tonight. He's played 31 minutes. Gets a screen from Garnett. Out to Hassel. Backdoor. The big ticket. And it's a 2-point lead for Minnesota.
Yeah, you just saw that play coming. Boris Diaw fronted. Garnett just gave the look to Hassel. Just threw it at the rim, spun out, got the lob.
Garnett with his 33rd double-double tonight. Beautiful spin move by Nash. Marion hits the deck. He goes down, tangled up with one of the Timberwolves. That would be Banks. McCants back the other way. Here is McCants, and McCants is earning some playing time tonight.
Well, he's just, feeling aggressive here. First hitting the outside jumper there with a beautiful spin move.
14 points. Nash now with 29 points of that beautiful drive inside. Nash takes Garnett inside. So we're seeing Garnett and Nash, the 2 all-stars, head-to-head. And right now, the foul is on Garnett. That's his 5th. Garnett has been to the All-Star game 8 times. Nash has been named the starter for the first time, 4th trip to the Classic.
McCants, what are you doing? You're killing us, kid.
Suns in the battles. They try to win their 5th straight game. Hey, Suns fans, anxious to get your hands on a pair of Suns tickets? Well, here's your chance. Just head over to any of the 7 local Valley Kia retailers now through February 26th. And when you test drive a new Kia, you'll receive a pair of Phoenix Suns tickets while supplies last. For more details about the Kia Drive of the Suns promotion, log on to Suns.com. Both of these teams now have 2 full timeouts in the 20. The Suns do have a foul to give as we go down the stretch run. You can see in the second half, Garnett with only 2 points, but he's been a factor in other ways.
The Minnesota bench, Marcus Banks and Rashad McCants, 17 and 14 points. Expected really have carried the load here for Minnesota.
2.5 minutes left to go. Out it comes now to Nash. The Suns are 16 and 6 since Christmas. Nash, long 3. Rebound is going to be cleared by Banks. Minnesota with the lead, with the basketball. Banks outside. Banks had a brilliant game tonight. 17 points, going for 2 more. He has 19.
That time Steve Nash got caught going under. Kevin Garnett rolled to the basket, got caught on his back, and Banks was wide open.
4-point lead now. The Suns need a basket. Approaching 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Marion dumps it inside to Diaw. Diaw likes this matchup against Banks. Banks couldn't handle him. It's a 2-point game.
Good patience there as Diaw backed Banks in and got the easy jumper. If Garnett keeps switching on Steve Nash, Steve should be aggressive, taking to the basket. Kevin's not going to want to pick up that last foul. 11
points now for Boris Diaw. 1:49 left to go. Nash coming out on Banks. 10 on the shot clock. Into Kevin Garnett. Spin move on Marion. Marion played good defense, but he's just too tall.
Yeah, timely bucket there. Spun away from the double team from Steve Nash. Nothing Sean could do.
100-96. 1.5 to go. Suns had won thus far 4 straight over Minnesota. The first meeting of the year. Barbosa missed the inside shot. Boy, that's a big miss. And then Barbosa fouls after the missed shot.
Yeah, huge miss. Boris Diaw with a fantastic pass to Leander. Looked like he wanted to use the left hand. Ball just slipped out of his hand, missed the puppy. You see him cutting to the basket off back cut, and Boris with a nice pass. Looks like it's going to go up that left hand, just slips out, and then gets the foul.
So Garnett will inbound, and obviously the Suns need a stop. 1:18 to go. Banks looking out. Davis going to dive inside, picked up by Bell. They're trying to get the ball out of Banks' hands, swinging around to Hassel. Off it comes to McCants. The rookie shakes loose for a two. Doesn't get it. Rebound by Marion. Out it comes now to Nash. Suns down by 4, less than a minute to go. Nash into the corner now to Diaw. A three! Diaw, a huge three. He's crowd on the three-point zone. Another $150 to Suns charities. We got a 1-point game. Timeout, Minnesota.
Well, let me tell you, that's Boris's 4th three-pointer of the year. And what a timely shot that was as he cuts it to one. Steve Nash pushes it. Diaw lets it fly.
What timing, huh?
Goes to the basket. Diaw just 3 so far. Nails his 4th. He says, "Let's get to the shot avec moi."
A 1-point game, 45 seconds to go. Here's what's on tap for the Suns. Brought to you by Bud Light. Refreshingly smooth. Bud Light, always
that good.
Memphis, Sacramento next. The Suns are 0-4 against those two teams this year. The Rockets have started to play better. And then Boston, the Celtics on February 22nd. For tickets, call 1-800-4NBA-TEXT or log on to Suns.com. Marcus Banks has really played well. Look at this, 17 points. Now, that's not his best as a Timberwolf. He had 20 in his debut with him. The Banks is making that trade look a lot better.
Yeah, it might not be his best, but it's pretty good as he started off hot from the outside, and that jumper looks awfully good, and that allowed him to get to the basket here, just coming off the dribble. Steve Nash goes underneath and got his confidence up. He's had a heck of a game.
Neither team has a foul to give. 42 seconds left to go. Banks off to Garnett. Thomas comes out on him. Garnett wants to shoot it with 8. Backing in with 7. Garnett, big shot by the 8-time All-Star. 102 to 99, 30 seconds left to go.
I guess that's why you call him the big ticket, because they did everything they could, and he had a tough jumper.
Suns down by 3. Nash going in with a 2. It's a 1-point game. 19 seconds left.
They need a foul now.
Yes, they do. Quickly. Up to Garnett. And eventually Thomas comes up and commits a foul. That will be his 5th. And Garnett will go to the line. Garnett is a 79% free throw shooter.
Nash took advantage of Garnett in that 5th foul. Took him all the way basket. But here, Kurt Thomas does all he can here. Makes Garnett take a tough fall-away jumper with a hand in his face. And it's the best you can. And then Garnett on the other end is trying to guard Steve Nash. Nash just takes him all the way to the rack. No help. Lays it in. Suns down 1.
Garnett has hit his 2 free throws previously tonight. He gets this one. And this guy has been a money player for so many years. And he now hits the first. It's a 2-point game. Garnett with 19 in the game. He missed it. Suns are going to get it. Nash comes down with it. The Suns can tie or win with a 3. Nash brings it off now to Roger Bell. 5 seconds. They're going to have to launch. 4, 3. Nash, Marion, block. Garnett. The game is over. And Mike D'Antoni thought that there might have been goaltending. There's no call, and D'Antoni is screaming.
Well, I don't know, but that was a heck of a play from Garnett all the way from the weak side. Gets over there, and whether it was a good block or not, I don't know.
Let's look at it.
We'll see it right here.
All the coaches, Ivaroni.
Steve Nash does a good job of getting this to Sean. He goes up. It's hard to tell on that angle. Sean goes up.
Hard to tell, isn't it? The ball, is it headed down, Dan, or not?
I don't know, but that's a heck of a block.
Boy, he made 3 big points down the stretch and had the block shot. Thanks to Dan Siegman, our director, David Hughes, our producer, Sheila Simpson, our stage manager, Tom Delnos, our statistician. Our next Suns game on FSN Arizona's Wednesday against Pau Gasol, the Memphis Grizzlies. Suns countdown starts at 6:30 p.m. Now, for a complete look at what's happening in the Arizona sports scene, including comments from Mike D'Antoni and the Suns, it's time now for the Arizona Sports Report. For Dan Marley, Gary Bender.